We're now in the third hour of competition, and Scotty Mac's putting up his big pergola.
I decided to use plastic pots so we didn't have to dig into the floor of the arena.
What do you think about that?
I don't like it. I wouldn't do it.
You want to grab some gravel?
Using more than 500 pounds of river rock, Scotty makes sure the posts are secure.
That pergola is not going anywhere. I was happy that it was sturdy, and we decided to throw a little color in there with some African violets.
To me, it doesn't look right. I want him to take it out of the pots, bury it in the ground, make it more of a feature in the landscape instead of something that looks like it was just tossed in there.
With all his extra bricks, Joseph has decided to make a design change on the fly.
So we're gonna have a really cool grade change that we weren't anticipating before. So instead of just having the whole space be flat, I'm now gonna come up one step, and that's gonna lead you into the garden space.
But the change eats up time.
I'm way behind on my original schedule, but I'm really pleased with how it turned out. Perfect.
All right, guys, listen up. We're 3 hours in. That's halfway through the build. That means it's time for the Cobalt Tool Speed Challenge. This is a simple speed round. You're gonna be using a Cobalt sledgehammer to build a raised bed out of 6x6s. We pre-drilled the holes,
But you need to drive all 10 spikes in to complete the planter box. The winner gets to use all 3 helpers on their landscape project for 15 minutes. The losers will need to go solo.
All right, everybody understand? Ready? Go!
Dusty's just going for it.
Looks like Dusty and Scotty are starting on their lower tie, but Joseph has a different plan. It ain't easy keeping those ties in place.
I don't like that he's got his foot so close to where he's swinging. It's making me nervous.
Okay, Dusty's taking the lead, a spike ahead of Scotty. Joseph's trailing. He's lining up the spikes, but then they falling down.
Damn it.
Scotty and Dusty are both putting that upper tie in place. Man, Scotty never misses.
He's worked with a sledgehammer. You can tell right away who's worked with it and who hasn't.
All right, Joseph's finding his groove.
He's getting a little better. First he was missing completely. Yeah, I thought he was gonna hit himself.
Yes. Okay, Dusty sinks his 5th spike. Just a few seconds ahead of Scotty and Joseph. I tell you, that Dusty's a machine. He drove in that 7th and 8th spike fast, but Scotty's right behind him. Dusty's on his last spike.
Scotty's got, looks like he's got the last spike going in right here. He's almost done.
He's done.
All right, sledgehammer's in.
Oh, close call for the top 2.
All right, everything looks clean. So, Dusty, you're the winner.
Yeah.
You get all the assistance for the next 15 minutes. Congratulations. All right, everybody, back to work.
Cobalt Challenge, Dusty gets all 3 helpers for the next 15 minutes.
Okay, guys, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna put up the pergola now.
And he's gonna need them.
Wow, that is heavy.
I feel confident with the water feature and the patio and everything else, but the pergola has me a little nervous.
I got some real issues with what he's doing with that structure.
We're measuring it, trying to make sure it's square, and then we're like, okay, let's hammer it. So we did.
He just nailed it.
Right.
That's a real problem. Whenever you do a structure like this outdoors, you gotta through bolt it.
With no helper, Joseph's moving plants into his raised beds.
He's done a great job of combining rosemary with boxwood, which gives off a beautiful aroma.
He knows what plants work with what. That's his strength.
I'm a little nervous. I'm not gonna have enough motion.
Scotty doesn't seem to miss his helper.
He's efficient and he's fast. I just have some concerns. He could have added a little bit more detail into this plan.
Let's put this puppy in the hole and level it up. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Get back.
All right, Dusty, your time is up with your extra assistance. You gotta let him go, pal.
Thanks, guys.
Nice job.
Okay, go back. Traders.
With his assistant back, Scotty gets to work on his water feature.
I like the saw.
He's cutting a trash can. Scotty's taking a plastic garbage can and he's going to use it as his catch basin for his fountain. Fantastic idea. Put your pump in there, put whatever you want on top of it essentially, and you've got a water fountain.
But it's not quite that simple.
I happened to notice that the hose was smaller than the diameter of the hole we put it through, and I knew it was going to be a problem.
Scotty uses some pond foam to seal everything up and turns on the pump. With 2 hours to go, Joseph is just starting his water feature. It's a simple design, so it's easy to build, but not so easy to operate.
I turn the pump on, and it's way too big, way too powerful. Water shooting 4 to 5 feet up in the air.
Having a little problem with the water feature.
I hope we got a little too much volume for what I need.
First, he tries stuffing it with towels.
Nope. It makes no difference whatsoever.
Then Scotty offers some of his pond foam to fill the pipe and restrict the flow.
Turn the fountain on, and the fountain shoots the foam right up into the air. Nope, kill it. I want to laugh, I want to cry, I don't really know what to do at this point. I'm starting to run out of options.
Dusty's water feature has been running for hours, but he's still trying to cover his pond liner.
Now that I'm tweaking the liner, putting the nice moss rock and all the other rocks to hide the liner, I find an issue.
Well, we have a big problem back here. And water's just straying out here. And this will drain that thing in a matter of minutes. So we gotta make sure that this whole side's high enough.
We're closing in on an hour to go, and Scotty Mac seems to have a little extra time on his hands.
Hopefully he'll use the extra time to fix the one thing that I hate, which is his pergola, if you could call it that.
Your structure looks a little out of place to me. If it was me, I'd bring it over here. Maybe throwing some stain on it, leaving it unfinished. Might not bode well for you in the end.
I was a little bummed out about the remarks. I don't want to be pig-headed, but I don't want to shift it because it's not what I wanted. We're going to leave it, but we're going to try and dress it up a little bit with some stain. Looks nice, man. Yeah, looks way better.
Joseph's been struggling with his fountain for more than an hour.
Nope. I'm panicked. This is over if I don't get this thing to work.
He's got problems.
I finally find 2 vice grip pliers. I put them both on the hose, and finally,
That's a lot better.
it's not exactly how I want it, but I have to move on. I still have to get the brick edging in. I also have my arbor left to finish. I'm really panicked.
It's gonna be a scramble to the end,
It's gonna be close.
at least for Joseph and Dusty. Scotty is just kicking back.
It's making me think, okay, he didn't really go for broke. He's playing it too safe.
3, 2, 1. That's it. Time is up. Put your tools down.
I said I was gonna need every second, and I had 2 left.
There it is. We done good, man.
Coming up, we hear from the judges.
What is that? Who does that?
I think you had a missed opportunity where you could have put something really spectacular there.
That thing is an eyesore.
It is. It is. I don't get it.
And see who takes home all that cash. After a tough day at work, our competitors have come up with 3 awesome patios. There's Dusty's mountain-style waterfall, flagstone patio, and a rustic fire pit. Scotty Mac's urban oasis with a retaining wall fire pit and potted water feature. And Joseph's formal garden with symmetrical planters and bubbling fountain. Let's hear from the judges. First up, Dusty.
So listen, man, you impressed all of us here with your work ethic. I, for one, don't think I've ever seen anybody work as hard as you work.
You've chosen plant materials that are consistent with the whole natural theme.
That water feature alone is a very difficult thing to get right. There's a lot of things that can go wrong with it.
The only difficulty I have is, where do you put the furniture? I'd love to see the patio just be a little bit bigger.
Scotty's patio is up next.
What a great landscape space. I mean, this is somewhere you want to be. But I think he was capable of doing something more difficult.
You produced something here that many, many people would want. The best entertaining space, the use of levels, the curved patio, the curved wall.
One of the things that it didn't work for me was the arbor. It kind of throws me off. It just doesn't feel like it fits. But other than that, amazing job.
Last up, Joseph's patio.
There really is a very nice sense of enclosure here.
I'm a little disappointed in how he incorporated his structure here. I don't really know what he was going for. I don't get it.
Signposts.
I commend you for going with the formal and sticking with it all the way through. I think where you fell a little bit short was the water feature. I think you could have put something really spectacular there.
Symmetry, formality, I love it. It means straight lines, though. They've got to be straight.
The judges have made their decision, so let's get to it. The winner of $10,000 and the title of DIY Dominator goes to Dusty Edinger! Yes!
I'm so tired. I don't even know what to say.
A little disappointed, but you know, I lost to a good competitor.
I'm not disappointed in my project. I feel like I did exactly what I intended to do.
I was able to be the Dominator of this show, and that's a great feeling.
It's gonna cost me 10 grand to fix my back.